Hello and welcome to another fun-filled nonsense retrospective. I'm your host as always, Rick. Joining me equally as always is Devon.
Hello there, everybody. I know Rick's the host, but I'm going to take the reins ever so slightly and say, my God, it's been a while since we've done a tier list.
It has, mostly because I've been away for quite a big chunk of that long.
I don't even think that's a part of it, because we have this discussion and this brainstorm every time that we bring up the fact that we should do a tier list, because quite frankly, it's easy to do. We don't have to do a lot of planning, because the planning's done for us. But we do have to pick one, and it's a discussion we have every time, Rick, because it's like, cool, this is a great idea for a tier list. Oh my God, there's 1,000 things to put on here.
Yeah, perfect thing to do if you're just a variety streamer and you're just going, oh, I'm going to go through like 200 of these today and then wiggle about and then tune in next time.
I do not like this type of content.
I don't watch it, but yes, we've picked a rather shorter one today. It is basically everyone from Undertale.
You're saying shorter, but there's still like 60-odd options. But at the same time, a lot of these are just going to be like, here's the tier, and move on with our lives because there's such nothing things.
Yeah, it's faster than a Smash Pass because like the bigger ones of those are like 150.
Yes, we did one. It was called Pokemon Gen Run.
And Gen 5, even bigger, 156.
I think a lot of those were just passes from me because I didn't know shit about fuck.
Apart from Crocodile, Smash Crocodile.
But very, very important distinction. This is Undertale, so we don't have any Deltarune characters like the Holiday Family or Susie.
Yeah, anything that shows up in Deltarune as an homage is going to be seen, but we're going by the Undertale incarnations.
Yeah, you say homage, but like there's Torio and she's still called Torio. There's Alphys, it's Alphys. There's Undyne. You know what I mean? It's not even homages. These are the characters.
Yeah, in this version of the world. Like, and isn't Gearson like long dead in Deltarune?
You need to play chapter 3 and 4, motherfucker.
Yeah, I do.
And replay chapter 1 and 2, because I imagine you've forgotten all of that as well.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, I need to buy it.
Do it! It's like 20 quid, and you're gonna get the extra chapters.
Yeah. So yes, are you ready to go straight into this tier list? We're going to link the tier list as well, by the way.
No, I've never linked the tier list.
Oh, okay. It is the Undertale characters 27743.
There you go. I will just say right now, I was going to have an entire discussion with you, Rick, at the beginning of this podcast. Like, how are we going to rank these? Are we going to rank these based on how fun they are to do the fight with, how fun they are as a character, just how much we like them? And then I looked at the list and I was like, there's like a good 20 characters that you don't fight here. So I guess it's just how much you like them.
Yeah, how much you like the character as a gestalt of how fun they are to encounter, how much of an arsehole they are, but is entertaining, for instance.
Speaking of how much you like the character, there is at least one character here that Toby Fox himself forgot about.
Is it Burger Pants?
No, I'll tell you who it is when we get to them, and I'm sure you'll be like, yeah, I can see that happening when we get to them.
Sure. Okie dokie, we start out with Aaron.
I thought this guy's name was Jockington. I was very confused as to why he was first in the list, because it's clearly alphabetical.
Yeah, that's going to help me a little bit with some of the names, but I don't know all of them.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put him in C, because I think he's a very fun character. His little interactions he has with other characters, especially Temmie, is very entertaining. But if it wasn't for that, he's incredibly boring and borderline obnoxious.
Oh, he's obnoxious. But I think the fact that he is one of the random encounters that has personality, yeah, I'm sticking him in B just because of that. The Amalgamates.
Well, this isn't all of them. This is just one of them.
Yeah, this is like one single Amalgageddon.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in B tier because you can actually... It's one of the few amalgamates, as you say, and I can't say that word very often very well, so yes, I want a medal. It's one of the few where you can actually see, just by looking at it, the individual monsters that make it up.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. The Amalgamates in general are... they're there to make you realise that the world is more than just fun.
If you say so.
I'm also putting it in B. It's not a fun thing to encounter, but by the same token, yeah, like you say, you can pull things out of it and go, yes, this is what it used to be. Dr. Alphys.
Okay, perhaps a controversial opinion, or not, I'm going to put her in D tier, because I love Alphys as a character, I really do. However, she is a fucking war criminal.
Yeah, you and your war crimes. A tier.
I think the only reason she's technically not a war criminal is because there's not a war going on, despite the fact that she still manages to do war crimes.
Yeah. Doing war crimes in peacetime.
That's some fucking dedication to the craft, that's all I'm saying.
That's a light novel title, isn't it?
I'm just, like, her fucking experiments are Mengele-esque.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. And I swoon over her little romance with Undyne. It's very cute. It's very
Undyne could do so much better.
She could, and yet
she's stuck with this
likes.
trash.
She's not trash.
She literally swims in the garbage.
She goes to the trash pile to get anime.
And we just need to remind you that Toby Fox thinks anime is trash. Literally.
It's a cartoon, but with either guns or swords.
Let's go to my boy Asgore.
And speaking of, the person who needs it explaining to what anime is Asgore. I'm putting him in A.
I'm putting him in S tier. Again, perhaps a controversial choice. I'm basing this entirely on his Undertale persona, because in Deltarune, boy does he take a hit. Boy does he get a downgrade.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. I'm bumping him to S because his music is fantastic as well. I really like his theme tune.
It was my ringtone for a long time. But yeah, it was really annoying because I would get regularly. It's like, how come it takes you so long to answer your phone? And it's literally because I want to listen to the intro bit. You know, the that little bit that only plays the once. And I literally every time I'd answer my phone, it would be like I'm listening to the intro riff before I answer my phone because it's great.
I'm bopping to my ringtone.
But his boss fight is fun. As the end of the neutral route, it's a pretty good fight. And I really like the I don't deserve mercy, so the mercy button goes away and you have to tape it together. It's such a fun little touch.
It's very cute. It's very cute. Like, you can't use the mercy button throughout the entire fight until right at the end when you put it together like a jigsaw.
But they needed to, like, as a game, they needed to put that there because otherwise people would be spamming the mercy button, and it's like, no, you need to use the attack mechanic.
Yeah. Which for people who have been on a pacifist run until then, this is the first time you're going to have a proper fight.
Well, the other reason I bring it up is with Undertale, I actually had a really, not a bad experience, but I fucked up. I fucked up in the early game. I actually killed Toriel because I thought... Yeah, I know, because I got told beforehand that you can beat the game without killing anyone, and I went, that's a cool idea. I didn't kill anyone in the ruins. I got to the Toriel boss fight, and I went, this is a boss fight. Surely I have to just... Because in other video games, when you fight a boss that can't be killed, you take their HP bar down to 0, and then you get cutscene bullshit. And I just assumed that was going to happen with Toriel.
The other thing is, like with Pokemon, when you get them to about half health, you try and get them a little bit lower before you try capturing them. No, when you get Toriel to about half health, her defense lowers. Yeah,
so I killed Toriel, and then I went, no, that wasn't supposed to happen. I literally did the Toriel thing in reverse, because you know where if you want to get killed by Toriel, you have to try really hard to achieve that, because she doesn't want to beat you. And when if she kills you, she has a little unique animation where she gasps and covers her mouth, and I'm like, hey, that was me! That was what I did when I killed Toriel. I was like, oh no, Goat Mum!
Did you talk to Flowey afterwards?
No, I immediately reloaded my save and went, no, I didn't want that. And then I still got the dialogue afterwards where Flowey shit talked me and said, you couldn't live with your decision. I went, motherfucker, that wasn't my decision!
Yeah. Yeah, because when, if you kill only her, then he just does another really trolly thing of, going through everything only to kill that one specific one. I like the way you think. Psychopath.
Oh yeah, Flowey's an asshole.
Yes.
We'll get to
Speaking of, Azrael Dreamer.
Oh, Rick, spoilers?
I mean, he's right here and he's in alphabetical order.
I meant spoilers with the Flowey thing. I'm also taking a piss. That game's over 10 years old.
Yes, it is.
Azrael's in a weird place for me because Azrael as Azrael is in so little of the game, and yet he brings us the hypest fucking boss fight in the game from a narrative standpoint. So I'm gonna have to put him in S tier with Asgore.
Yeah, ditto. These two are like probably my two favorite music tracks from the entire game as well.
The problem is Toriel's theme slaps.
Yeah, but it's also part of Asgore's theme.
Yeah, but Toriel's theme is better than Asgore's theme.
Sure, okay.
Asgore's theme has got that intro, which I think is called Bergentrucken or something.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, Toriel's theme would kick the shit out of Asgore's.
Yeah, he's it's great how you just go through this fight. It's as you say, hype as fuck, and like narratively, you just get little bits of things like Papyrus going, I like me, and I like you too.
I mean, personally for me, it's the final big dick Armageddon fuck you attack, which is inescapable, and it takes you down to 1% health, and then 0.1, then 0.001, and I'm just like, you fucking can't do that! How dare you so easily get me hype, sir?
Yep. And the other one is, if you do die, then it just comes back together, but it refused.
Like, I genuinely don't think you can give Undertale any shit for its final boss. The final leg of the game sticks the landing.
Yeah, absolutely. No matter what run you're on, like that final part is the bit that sticks with you. Possibly the most in general. Nah, Snowden.
If you say so. Let's move on to this next character, who is so unmemorable. I don't know dick about fuck, so therefore they're in D.
I think they're an evolution of the Lukes, where they've got their eye closed, and then as the animation goes along, they open their eye. And it just looks like a Luke's. Yeah, D tier. Bratty!
I'm going to put her in C, because I don't care for this character at all, but yeah.
Yeah. Bratty and Catty in general, they're fun to look at and, not fun to look at, fun to enjoy as they're being little shits and are very obviously trying to score free burgers out of Burger Pants and then also buy vicariously out of you. And speaking of Burger Pants.
Burger Pants has all of my empathy in the sense that I too am a minimum wage worker. However, boy is he creepy.
He is.
I'm going to put him in C tier. I really don't think he should go above Bratty and Catty.
Yeah, he's basically the same. It's just that he's the one that's basically done very little wrong, apart from continue to be creepy and not learn. I think based on the...
I do feel even worse for him in the genocide route, because he's the only one who stays.
Yeah, because he's a shop character, you can't kill him.
I mean, you're taking the lead, dude, so if we want to move on, you need to do it.
But yeah, Burger Pants he's going in B from me, because I think because he stands on his own better without Bratty and Catty. Speaking of, Catty, also C.
Yeah, I'm going to put Catty in C. I generally think Bratty and Catty as characters are going to be a lot better in Deltarune, but we'll have to wait and see on that front.
Yeah, and I love how Bratty basically admits to wanting to eat Catty at some point.
If you say so.
Kara.
This is such a weird one.
It is.
I'll put Kara in A tier because everything to do with them is so fascinating, but I really would... It's a struggle to call them a character, if that makes sense. And yes, I see the irony in that statement.
Yeah, they only rear their ugly heads once you're doing genocide.
That's not true, though, is it? Well, okay, they show up in genocide, I'll grant you that, but, we learn so much about them from the past. If you do just genocide, you're not getting the whole backstory.
No, you're not. Most of what you learn about Kara is just from Flowey's interaction with you.
Well, and Kara talks to you in the genocide route.
Yeah, he does, yeah, but, most of what you learn is through Flowey's interactions. And then, yeah, you're naming Kara, not Frisk. I'm putting him in A tier. The dog marriage, Dogamy and Dogessa.
I thought they were just called dog guards, but yeah, sure. I'll put them in C tier because I remember them, but they're not even a tutorial fight because they come after Toriel and they're not that difficult.
Yeah, and basically all it teaches you is that sometimes the order in which you defeat things matters.
Yeah, but if you're playing pacifist, you're not gonna.
Nah, if you're playing to kill, then if you kill the lady first, then the man gets depressed and gives up, and if you kill the man first, the lady gets enraged and becomes more difficult. C tier is probably about right. The watchdog who can't hardly see.
I don't remember this character at all. D.
I think this is the one that is actually the dog guard. I'm putting him in C as well. Some of the things that he does are pretty funny in that he introduces the blue attacks. And also, one of my favourite things to say when talking about dogs is identify your smelf.
Sure.
The annoying dog.
I'm glad you specified it's the annoying dog, because it's got the exact same portrait as another dog later on, and given the placement of the other dog later on, I think the other dog is just Toby Fox.
Either that, or it's just dog, and the one that's
later on is the annoying dog.
Yeah,
because it starts with a T. I don't know. It's hard to say, but Toby Fox's avatar is just this stupid fucking dog. So,
it is.
And I don't remember there being a dog in the game just called Dog. I just remember the annoying dog, and here's Toby Fox, by the way.
Yeah, it's the one that steals the artifact from that room where you get filled up with dog remains, isn't it?
Yeah, you try to pick it up, but your inventory's full with dogs. It's like, when do you get a dog? And then you get the dog residue. Yeah.
Yep. And if you use the dog residue, it fills up the rest of your inventory with dog residue.
I don't care about this character at all. I'm going to put them in D. Assuming it is just a dog, it goes in D.
Yeah. Let's put regular dog in D. Ducky.
I don't remember this, so it goes in D.
Yeah, isn't this the one that like lives on the raft that the boatman?
Well, I don't know, because to me the raft, I thought the raft was a giant duck. That's how fucked up my memory is. So therefore,
D tier. The dog amalgamation.
Yeah, this one goes in A because it's one of the more fun ones.
Yeah, it's very memorable, and it's really cool design in that, like, yes, it looks weird and it looks vaguely like a dog, and then you look at the negative space where the shadows are, and that's where additional dogs are. This is also a real trigger for people with cynophobia as well. So yeah, well designed.
Yeah, you trigger real life phobias, therefore big tick, Toby.
Yes, you've. I mean, yeah, if you trigger a phobia based on something fictional, then the fictional thing is correctly done, because it encapsulates everything that causes fear from the real thing in the real world.
What's it a phobia of?
Dogs.
It doesn't look like a dog. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. I forget what this thing's called. I assume it's Frogget King or Frogget Fucker.
Yeah, I think it's a Frogget King, yeah. C at best, D.
Now, I'm putting it in a C tier because I remember it. However, it is just a Frogget with a different design.
Yeah. Flowey! Little shit.
Yeah, Flowey goes into A tier because without Flowey, we really don't have the plot, and that's no exaggeration.
Yeah, this is true. I'm also putting him in A tier. That's instinctively. And then Frisk.
Frisk isn't even a character. It's so fucking bizarre that they're here.
Yeah, but by the same token, like, my headcanon Frisk is the one that does the pacifist route, and Kara is the one that's been piloting Frisk as not even a character for genocide.
I'm putting Frisk in B tier because middle of the road for me. But
yeah, I'm putting him in A. Regular Frogget.
It's just weird that Frisk and Kara are even considered characters for like, at least Kara is a person that talks. Frisk is literally just this is for all intents and purposes you in this game. Yeah,
regular Frogget.
I mean, B, it's iconic, innit?
Yeah, I'm putting him at C. I don't think many of the unnamed, well, named in that they're named after what they are going to be too high ranked. W.D. Gaster.
I have a very much, I wouldn't even call it love-hate, a hate-hate relationship with Gaster, because Gaster doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that Toby Fox has been, like, dropping so many breadcrumbs upon breadcrumbs in both Deltarune and Undertale, this is, even though we're focused on the Undertale version of, this is Gaster. He existed, maybe, and did things, perhaps. And that's about it. Everything about Gaster is so unconfirmed.
Yeah. The only exception to that is that one of his notes is remaining in Alphys's lab, and it is written in Wingdings, and that's what the WD is.
Okay.
So yeah, he ends up in the Skeletons gang based on that, because he's named after a font, and he uses that font for everything he writes. And we know obviously Sands of Papyrus do the same thing.
And we know Sans' weapons are called Gaster Blasters, I think. Yep. It's one of those annoying things where that's something that was told to me by someone else. You know what I mean? It's not something I discovered in-game. And that infuriates me to no end. Anyway, Gaster goes into D. I hate him. I hope he dies.
I'm putting him in B because C. Like, a very similar thing. Like, because we can't encounter him, can't rank him too highly, but he is kind of pivotal to the rest of the game.
No, he's not! You can write Gaster out and it wouldn't make a difference. Yeah. Because he doesn't exist in the game. He
seems to have deleted himself from the timeline.
We don't know that. That's just bullshit people have made up to justify the mystery. Until word of God comes out like Gaster is the most important. The fan base has made Gaster the most important character. That's all I'm saying. It's infuriating.
Jar Jar is the key. Gerson,
Don't you fucking dare do that to me, motherfucker, because that quote is taken out of context so many times.
He was smiling when he was filmed saying it, so therefore we know that he was meant to be joking. However,
but also that the context of the conversation was literally, Jar Jar is the key. As in, if we can get Jar Jar to look good, the film will be fine. Because they were talking about the effects.
Yeah. But yeah,
you made me so angry I coughed.
Rage splutter. Yeah, I'm putting Gerson in A. He's a very fun dude to just talk to. Even if you're on genocide, he just sits there trolling, going, "Yeah, you can't kill me in a shop window."
Yeah, I'm putting him in C tier because I remember him, but a lot of these shopkeepers are uninteresting.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know what this is called. It's going in D. Okay. I don't remember it.
Yeah, so this one is a rare encounter, and it's one of the highest HP creatures in the game. Based on the fact that it's kind of unique, I'm putting it in C, but that's rather tenuous. However, we have the greater dog.
C tier because I remember it, but that's about it.
I'm putting him in B because you can make his neck infinitely long.
Rick is very wishy-washy.
Yes. The Christmas antler thing.
This is another amalgamate, isn't it?
Is this the amalgamate, or is this the one that's out in the world that you have to undecorate to make it happy?
It looks like an amalgamate because it's that fucked up, but I'm just going to put it in C tier.
I'm also putting it in C tier, but I think it is the one that you do, if you decorate it, then it gets sad because it doesn't like being decorated, and if you take the decorations off, then that's how you can spare it.
Like, I'm not arguing with you. That's fine.
Ice cap.
I'll put it in a C tier. I remember it.
D. Jerry.
I guess this is where you and I have to specify that we're differentiating our tiering systems, because you're putting a lot of things in D, whereas with me, I'm literally... Not. Are you? Are you not? Let me finish my sentence. You're putting a lot of things in D that aren't just going in there because I don't remember this.
Yeah. Jerry, I'm putting him in C tier because at least the gag is fun that no one likes him.
Yeah, no, the gag sucks, and whenever he joins a battle, he sucks. It's D. He joins the battle and the battle immediately becomes worse. His mechanics are the worst.
Yep.
Oh, but it's funny, though. It's not funny when it happens to you 5 times in a row.
Yep. Monster Kid.
I'm putting... it's hard for me to rank Monster Kid lower than a B, because they're just so, like... Everyone's had that phase in their life.
Yeah, I'm also putting Monster Kid in B. I like the kid. He's a cool kid, and he's full of childlike wonder, and he has no arms.
And it's all because of him that Undyne gets killed.
Yes.
Like, literally. There's no reason for Undyne to die there, except for the fact that the shit kid's being a shit kid.
Yeah, and the shit kid being a shit kid smells like free XP, apparently. This thing, is this another amalgamate? Because it looks like a...
It's not an amalgamate, because I don't remember this thing.
It looks like a Lola Nazgul.
It does look like a palette swap of Asgore, you're correct. However, I don't remember this creature. I'm going to assume it's something, either a secret boss in a version of the game I didn't play, or just, something that is incredibly difficult to trigger encountering, because I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, me either. And because of that, I think we've both got to put it in D, haven't we?
I mean, it's already in the D tier for me. I'm actually just trying to look at the list of things, and I can't see the Royal Guards, so I'm thinking it might just be the battle sprite for that, but it doesn't look right.
Yeah, it don't look right, does it?
Do you know what I'm talking about? The 2 gay guys?
Yeah. The one where, like, there's the bunny one and the dragon one.
Yeah, and you have to fucking... I forget the exact mechanic, but you do something and it makes the armor hot, so he has to take it off, and it distracts his friend. In fucking air quotes, friend.
Yeah. And then they said, one of them, then the one that never talks asks the one that's very obviously flustered, "Do you want to go get some ice cream?"
Yeah. If it is in fact meant to be those guys, then I would rank it higher. But looking at just this sprite, I don't remember it at a glance, so therefore it's sticking in D. But with a big old asterisk of, if it's meant to be this, my bad.
Yeah, if it's meant to be those guys, then at least a B. The Aaron Amalgamate. Aaron Amalgamate.
Yeah, I'm going to put this one in B, because I remember it being a relatively trivial fight, but also scaring the shit out of me at the time. Yeah,
I think I agree with that, because like the 2 things that you can like pull out of it is it's got Aaron's spine, and it's the head above it is basically a mold big, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lesser dog.
I don't remember ever fighting this, but I remember the sprite, but I don't remember anything else about it, so I'll give it a C, but it's a very narrow
cute.
C.
It is very cute. The gag at the moment is that people are just recoloring the lesser dog and the greater dog into red to make it, or orange to make it the evolutions of the next Pokemon Fire starter.
Yes, because people on the internet are so creative.
Yeah, because it's basically it's a Pomeranian with no brain cells between those ears, and so are these. B tier from me. Luke's.
I'm going to give it a B because looking at this creature for 2 seconds, you understand the gimmick.
Yes, you understand the gimmick. It's Mike Wazowski, and his name is Luke, so it looks at you. You want to look away. The Mad Dummy.
I'm going to put it in A because I find it so it's so fucking funny how dumb this creature is.
It is, and he uses your fight as therapy for why Undyne doesn't want to hit him.
But I just love the rationale of why does he fight you in the pacifist route? It's like, how dare you make light of me? Why does he not fight you in genocide? You knocked the blah blah out of me. I guess I'll spare you. And then you murder that motherfucker because he's an asshole.
Yeah, like he gets so angry that he finally reaches apotheosis and fuses with his form, which allows you to kill him.
It's dumb. It's so dumb.
And yet I love it.
Toby, why you dumb?
This wizard thingy.
Yeah, I remember this. It's one of the late game enemies that appears in the King Frogget areas. I'm putting it in C because I remember its design. I remember its mechanic being really fucking annoying. I've only done it once for genocide because, when I'm in that zone in pacifist, I just run away from everything.
Yeah, putting it in C. Actually, I'll bump the King Frogget up to C because I think you end up getting essentially these guys as replacements for things in the ruins if you go on hard mode, right?
I don't fucking know. I didn't do hard mode. Hard mode isn't a real mode.
Yeah, it ends at the end of the ruins. Matt Mew Mew!
It goes in D tier because I don't think I played the version of the game that had this in.
Yeah, it's on the Switch. I'm putting her in A tier.
Do you know what the funny thing is then? Is that I did play the version of the game that had this in. I just didn't know it existed, so therefore D, fuck off.
Yeah, you didn't donate to the shrine that at the back of Papyrus's house. Yeah, if you get it high enough, then you get the one unique thing that they added to the Switch, which is it splits your heart into blue and orange, and those are what your Joy-Cons do. So
yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's basically just the Mad Dummy fight again in terms of dialogue, but again, Switch is always fun. This other weird amalgam, D. Yeah,
I'm putting it in C because I remember it. The fight was crap. It was just a bunch of explosions. It's not particularly engaging. So yeah, it's a C. It's a iconic design. That's straight up from a horror game. Let's be real.
Yeah, Metaton EX S tier.
Okay, you're allowed to think that. I'm going to put him in B. Metaton is a very memorable character. They really are. I don't like fighting Metaton in Pacifist. It sucks.
Yeah. Both of these are true. I think he's a lot more fun when he becomes this, because before that he's just setting up a bunch of things for you to go through, which again they're memorable, like having to cooking with Metaton and going up the rocket jetpack part.
I do remember watching Peach Saliva Page play Undertale doing the pacifist route during the bomb defusing segment. Now, I want to point out the games are rigged that you can't actually lose them. And the game makes it very apparent, especially with the bomb segment, because it turns out, if you take too long, the timer just starts slowing down. Which is something that happened in Peach's game, and she was celebrating and hollering and cheering. It's like, you see that? I did it with 0.6 seconds left. And her partner, who was along for the stream, was just like, yeah, you should keep celebrating. It was totally not rigged in your favour. And it's so funny, because to this day, I don't think Peach fully realises that 30 seconds wasn't a real 30 seconds. It was kayfabe as fuck.
Cute.
Spoiler alert, Rick, I'm putting these next two entries in D tier because I do not remember them at all.
Yeah, I think one of them is like a Nimble or something. Yeah, they're both going D. One looks like an Alolan version of the other, basically. I think that Migosp, I think it's called. Yeah, oh well. Mold Big.
I'll put it in C tier because I remember looking at this thing, but that's about the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah, I'm putting it in C because the first time that you realise how a Mold Big is different to a Mold Small is kind of memorable. But yeah, next thing, don't remember, D.
Yep, same.
Mold Small, it gets to share the fate of the Mold Big with me. It goes in C.
Yeah, C tier. I remember the design, but not much else.
Muffet
goes to A tier. She is such a good character. I fucking hate her boss fight, but I don't care. 1, it's unique. 2, you can skip it.
Yeah, it's the only purple fight, and you can skip it by having a spider donut.
And it's made all the cooler / better that this was a fan-designed character, because, my god, good job having your fan design just fit perfectly in with the world anyway.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, A tier, great music. It's another version of the Mad Dummy. So there are basically 3 versions of the Mad Dummy theme. There's Mad Dummy, Mad Mew Mew, and Muffet. Napster Blook.
I mean, I think it would be offensive to put him in anything less than S.
I'm putting him in an A tier.
You offend me.
I'm offending you.
No, for real though, Napstablook does nothing wrong. The first time you meet him is in the ruins, which in and of itself is weird that you encounter him in the ruins. It's never really explained why he's there.
Yeah, he just kind of is.
Yeah. He makes a hat out of his tears and then becomes Dapper Blook.
Yeah. And he just keeps lowering his HP out of courtesy. And then tells you, oh yeah, by the way, Ghost can't die, so I guess I'll just go.
The only thing he does wrong is he does cheat you out of some money with his snail race.
Little bit,
you can't win.
Yeah.
And he tells you should cheer your snail on, and you do it, and your snail bursts into flame. It's
your snail sets on fire. Yeah.
I guess you cheered him on too much. And it's like, yeah, thanks, Napster, dick.
Yeah. The corn dog merchant.
Yeah, I'll go in C tier. I remember him, but I don't really care for him.
Yeah, C. He sells different things as well, doesn't he? He's like sells corn dogs, ice cream, whatever.
The ice creams are actually godlike because they give you 2 heals.
Yeah, it's one of those like from. Don't they use them in Kingdom Hearts as well?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of some kind of ice cream that's blue.
Well, there is a blue ice cream in Kingdom Hearts, but it's just sea salt ice cream, which sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like one of those. I've not seen them ever. I don't think they really do them anymore, but it was a big thing in the 90s where you would get an ice pop that had 2 sticks, and the idea is you buy one, you snap it in 2, and you share it with your mate.
Yeah.
And they never fucking worked, by the way, because one person would have 3/4 and one person would have a little stump on their stick.
Yeah, and not even that. Like the stump is going to be round half the stick, and it's going to fall off immediately.
It was a good idea in theory. In practice, not so much.
Yeah, if you could snap it inside the packet before you open the packet, then that made it a lot easier. But no.
Yes, but you were children and you did not think logically.
Onion-san.
This is the character that Toby Fox forgot he put in the game.
Yeah, which is weird because he put them into Deltarune as well.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he remembered by the time he got to Deltarune. It's just, when he got to the... Apparently, I didn't watch the stream, I was listening to someone else who just happened to talk about this, about how Toby Fox streamed Undertale and they got to the room with Onion-san, and they were just like, oh, apparently Toby Fox just went, oh, I forgot about this. That being said, I'm totally putting them in C tier. They're fun, but they're so nothing. It makes perfect sense Toby Fox forgot about this character. There's no reason for them to exist.
And because of that, I'm putting them in B. The even funnier part is that you can even give them the name Disgusting, and if you do, then they just get sad and leave the game forever.
That's in Deltarune.
Is it in Deltarune? Okay. Yeah, because they don't have a name in Deltarune, do they?
Because they've got no friends, so no one talks to them, so therefore they forgot their name.
Yeah, whereas in this, they are called Onion-san. Yeah, okay. Papyrus, instant S.
The urge to be contrarian and annoy a bunch of people is strong, but Papyrus is great, so S.
Yeah, do I even put him right to the left? Yeah, I do. I'm going to put him right to the beginning of S, like we don't do this for anyone else, but yeah, I'm doing it for Papyrus.
What do you mean you don't? You do it for every fucking tier list.
Typically.
Rick does this weird thing where he does the tier list, and then here's the tiers. I'm also going to arrange the tiers in order, and it's like, so you're making additional tiers, why?
Yup. Papyrus is the only one I'm doing it for today. This weird VexGit. It's going to be a VexGit amalgam, isn't it?
I don't even think it's an amalgam. I think it's like, you know how we got the end game version of the Frogget? I think this is the end game version of the vegetable. However, I don't remember even encountering this, so it goes into D.
Yeah, Super VexGit goes in D. The other version of the annoying dog.
Well, I don't think this is the annoying dog. I think this is literally Toby Fox.
Yeah.
And it's just now dawned on me that it can't be Toby Fox because it appears before Sans, which means it can't be a T.
Yeah. Weird.
The fuck is this thing?
I don't know why it's here twice. We just assume that one of them is...
Do you know what? I reckon the person who made the tier list is having a funny, and they're like, let's put the annoying dog on there twice, because that will annoy people.
If that's the case, S tier.
I'm putting them in D tier with the big old asterisk of, if one of them's meant to be Toby Fox, then the Toby Fox version would go in S.
Yeah, let's split the difference. Mine's going in S tier, assuming that it's Toby Fox, and also for the gag of one of them is in D, one of them is in S. If they are the same thing, then that's just funny.
Yeah, because the joke's funny when you explain it.
Yeah, the joke's even funnier when you explain it more. Pyrope.
This fucking bastard was a bastard in my playthrough. I didn't like fighting him. That being said, I do remember him, therefore C.
Yeah, I'll agree on that one. It's a very definite C tier. It's a cool design, and you know exactly what it is for the name. It's a pyro rope.
Well, the funny thing is, despite being called Pyrope and seeing that in the game as it being Pyrope, I've always thought it was just an ice cream with a fire on its head.
Sure. This thing, probably another amalgam.
I also think I distinctly remember this being an amalgam rhythm. I think it's the one that's like replaces the shower.
Is that the one that tucks you in?
No, the one that tucks you in is just a giant tube and doesn't appear to be on this list.
Yeah, it's not a creature. It's just a tube.
I'm going to put them in C because I definitely remember them. I just don't remember where they appear in the game.
Yeah, I'll put it in D. Yeah, Sans also in S.
There's a weird one, isn't it? Like, I'm putting Sans in S. Don't get me wrong, but there's a weird thing where a lot of the fan base seems to be very divided on Papyrus on Sans, because it tends to be that people who really like Sans are okay with Papyrus, but people who really like Papyrus fucking hate Sans, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I get it. I like them both together. I prefer Papyrus, but like I would be friends with Sans still.
Listen. I prefer Sans. I really do like Sans. They're just a fun character. But then Deltarune happened. Now I want to kill this skeleton.
Yeah, all I know from Sans in Deltarune is if you talk to him and you go like, "How's your brother?" And he's like, "How do you know my brother?"
But seriously though, Rick, you need to play fucking Deltarune and you'll see why I want to kill this man.
Sure. The next one appears to be yet another air and amalgam.
This isn't an amalgam, this is just straight up a creature.
Okay.
Anyway, it goes in C.
Yeah, sure, why not? Goes in C. The bunny lady from Snowdin, whose name escapes me.
She's called the Snowden shopkeeper.
Okay.
That being said, she's going into S tier for no other reason than listen, I'm not a furry, but would.
The number of times you say not a furry, but
listen, sexy.
Yeah,
I'm not a furry in the sense that when I say furry, a very distinct image comes to my mind, and that's the fuckers in the fursuits. Now, I'm not judging you if you're a fursuit person. Go fucking nuts. Live your life, but I am not into that. When I think of furryism as a fetish, that's what I think of, as opposed to, I'd fuck Rouge the Bat. Is that a furry? Don't think so.
Okay. There's a sliding scale of furry. Like, yeah, there's a fursuiter, and then there's people like the Anthros, and then there's people like Scar.
If someone cosplayed Rouge the Bat, they would just be a woman in sexy clothing.
Yeah, but that's a person cosplaying it.
Oh my god, you're really going to be that guy today.
I mean, they don't have her head.
You're wrong, and that's fine. Where did you put the shopkeeper?
I put her in A for a very similar reason. And yeah, she's got a good design.
Meanwhile, Rick is a furry.
Oh yes, wholeheartedly. The Ice King Wizard Owl.
This is the fucker who always makes jokes. I forget his name. He goes in S tier. Fuck it. He goes in C tier. He's very easy to deal with because all you got to do is laugh at one of his jokes.
Yeah, I put him in B. So sorry.
I don't know this creature at all, so D.
Okay, so this is the other one of the two that were added as a fan edition.
Okay.
This guy is like something
I expected
cute butter dragon.
I expected them to look a lot worse because you've always described them as some sort of hideous hate crime.
Okay. I didn't use those words, but what you took from the description was that, yes.
Well, I didn't say that's how you described them. I'm just saying that's how it seemed that they were. It's just like, no, this is offensive to even pretend to include.
Yeah, so the design was very much toned down for this. And the hat was not going to be included, but then Toby decided, okay, I can include the hat. So there's like an RNG roulette of hats that the guy can have, and he does like little art commissions for you while you're fighting him, and if you go to kill him, then he just thinks that you really don't like his art commissions, so he tries to make better ones.
Okay.
I'm putting him in B. Temmie.
I mean, Temmie drew if you've been keeping up with Toby Fox on the Twitter, which I don't, but I sometimes the amusing Twitter stuff ends up on Reddit, therefore that I get it. And Toby Fox has nothing but praise for Temmie, including the fact that Temmie draws everything for me, including chairs. I don't want to draw fucking chairs. So Temmie goes into S tier.
Yeah, S tier for Temmie. Like, even as a basic enemy, she's possibly one of the most memorable.
No,
and
like
then you find
flakes.
out. Yeah, no, like 10 flakes. Yeah, it's even without knowing that she's a member of staff, she's memorable. And then you get to 10 Village.
I will say I do not find Temmie, the character, attractive in any way. However, I will forever find funny the fan art drawing of the Temmie from the shop in 10 Village being like, Tem need go college while twirling around a stripper pole. It is very funny.
Tem puts self through a cool leg.
And if you don't find that funny, there's something fundamentally wrong with you.
Yeah, S tier for Temmie. Toriel.
Toriel, man, I wonder where she's going. S.
Yeah, double S.
Like, she was on my top 5 furry waifus, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, and because I forgot about Muffet, she ended up being my top Undertale waifu. Because I had to pick one. But yeah,
when did you have to pick one?
You asked me as a hypothetical at one point.
And I'm pretty sure you picked Undyne.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah, because we had I remember the back and forth, because it became the source of some animosity between us, where I'm like, why are you calling me a furry for liking Toriel? And then you just admitted you like her as well, you fucking dick.
No, I think I didn't pick Undyne because you can separate characters in canon from their existing relationships. I cannot. So I could not separate Alphys and Undyne.
Yeah, but also, even if I didn't have that ability, fuck Alphys. She does not deserve love. Boy, am I really harsh to this fictional character. Yeah, I am. I don't care.
Yeah.
War crimes.
The Tsundere plane.
Because the joke amuses me to no end. She's going into A. She doesn't deserve to be that high, but I find it really funny.
I am also putting her in A, and it's also really heartbreaking when you kill her because she crashes.
Gee, I wonder if there's a solution to this problem.
Yeah, don't play that. And the other gag is it's a glitch, but he left it in, where if you spare her, she's just kind of still on the screen off to one side.
I never encountered that for sure.
Yeah, in a multiplayer fight, yeah, you spare her. She's off the screen, off to one side, and the gag is that she's still kind of around the corner looking at you.
I do it. It's like you compliment her fuselage, and she goes, "Sicko."
Undyne.
Gee, I wonder where she's going. D tier with Alphys. No, I'm kidding. S.
Yeah, S. I'm also separating her from Alphys, but it's only by 1 tier.
I do want to go on record as saying, boy, is she a fucking roadblock on genocide.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hate that fight while also loving that fight.
Yep. The query is, what's more effective, Alphys or Papyrus?
At what?
For stopping genocide, because for me, it was going to be Papyrus.
I mean, I'd say Papyrus, because you don't really encounter Alphys in genocide.
Sorry, Alphys. Undyne or Papyrus.
Oh, Undyne stopped me. Or at least prolonged that saves, that world's fate, because it got to a point where I was fine, like, no word of a lie, guys. I don't think I'm shit at Undertale, but then I played Genocide and realised, oh boy, the fights aren't shit on Pacifist. In Genocide, Undyne, I fought her for like 40 minutes and got her to about half health before I went, I'm just going to not play the game for a while.
The next ones are going to be probably pretty quick. Vexkit, D, just a vegetable.
Well, they go into C tier because, again, they're a very early game enemy and they're memorable design-wise.
Actually, yeah, I'll agree with that. C tier, because also they have the other thing of eat your vegetables and they introduce you to green drops.
Oh, yes, and that's very helpful.
Yes. The volcano who can't control their love and still hurts you with it.
Yeah, I like this character. I really do. It's still only a C because it's a mob, but memorable mob.
Yeah, totally. This appears to be a Night Megosp.
Yeah, this appears in the same area as the King Frogget, which is something I've been saying more often than I thought I would today. This goes in a C tier. I remember it, but it's a real nothing creature.
Yeah, ditto. C tier for this. And then what appears to be a dead Migosp.
It's just called a Whimper, isn't it?
Is it Whisper? Okay.
It appears in the first area, and they are so pathetic. You don't have to do an act. You can spare them straight away because they just want to live.
Sure.
They're going in C tier because, again, they're very early game enemy. I don't blame people for forgetting these, but it's pretty memorable just from the fact that they're so pathetic.
Yeah, C tier for me as well. Washua, I'm putting him in B. I like him. He's a cute little boy, and he tells you, wash you face.
I'm also putting them in B because they usually appear with the buff dude that flexes, and they make that fight significantly easier. It's also a fun gimmick, just the here's the water.
Yeah. He also reminds me a bit of Vedal from... But oh well. So yeah, that's our tier list for today. You'll be able to see them on the YouTube video. And if you have any thoughts about today, I mean, we've basically done the MVP and the weakest link on within the tier list, so I guess it's really just the goodbyes, really, isn't it?
You're in charge, dude. It's your podcast.
Yeah. So, if you liked today's content and have any further suggestions in that kind of area, then give us a comment. Comment down on YouTube, comment down on Spotify. If you don't have either of those and you're listening by audio, comment via email to
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Yeah, and without any further ado, it's going to be a goodbye from me.
And it's a goodbye from me as well. I blanked out so hard whilst saying the email address that there's a split second where I'm like, did I just do the email address or did I say my email address?
You didn't say your email address, it's fine.
Thank fuck for that. Okay, see you next week, guys.
Bye.